Tyson Fury defeats and dethrones Deontay Wilder by a vicious seventh round TKO stoppage. Bow. What's happening? This is Boxing After Dark. I'm your host, Nocturnal Thoughts, the host with the most, talking about fight time at nighttime. To all my troops, I salute. Let's talk about boxing. What can I say? Tyson Fury, all credit, deserved, well deserved victory. I was absolutely amazed by the performance that he executed. He took Deontay Wilder's, best shots, and he walked through them. He ate them, and then he dog walked. He ragdolled. He humiliated him. He banged him to the body. What started off, I think Deontay Wilder had a good 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds, I think, was pretty even, but it was kind of obvious to me that Tyson Fury still had the same advantages that he had in the first fight. Deontay Wilder, I think the first punch that he landed in the first round was that big right hand, and I think he landed it pretty flush. I think he landed it with a lot of power behind it. So first of all, let me say this. Let me be clear on this. Absolutely zero. You can see that? Absolutely zero excuses. Zero excuses. Simply put, the best man won that night. Period. Zero excuses. But just to give you my analysis real quick. The first round, pretty even, but I gave that round to Deontay Wilder. But I think when he landed that power shot, the first shot he threw, he landed it. I thought that he landed it pretty flush with a lot of power behind it, but it didn't faze Tyson Fury at all. He went on to land that same punch maybe 2 or 3 times, and each time Tyson Fury completely walked right through it. I think he might have had a little bit of an abrasion here from that, but from that, really, he went through that fight completely unscathed. First 2 rounds, you got Deontay Wilder, who got in a few power shots, but you seen Tyson Fury was doing what he said he was going to do, walking them down, pushing them back, putting his weight on them, planting his feet, and just pretty much mauling them and brawling them and breaking them down. But obviously what happened in the third round was, after that, from that point on, it was just a massacre. The third round was a knockdown, legitimate knockdown, where it's obvious that he suffered from a ruptured eardrum. When he hit him clean, right on the ear, and immediately you start to see the blood flow. And when I seen Deontay Wilder, the way he got up, the way he walked to the corner, the way he spit up so much blood in the spit bucket, you can tell he had a lot of internal bleeding going on. And from that point on, you can just see that his equilibrium was completely discombobulated. He had no legs, no balance. All he had was heart. And that's where I do give Deontay Wilder ultimate props, ultimate credit, because he showed heart. He showed a warrior's mentality to the end. He was going out on his shield, no doubt about that. But from the third round on, it reminded me of the 7th round in the first fight between Deontay Wilder and Luis King Kong Ortiz. That 7th round when Deontay Wilder was buzzed and he was out on his feet for half the round. That's how Deontay Wilder looked from round 3 all the way until round 7. From that point on, he never was able to recompose, regather himself, and throw anything that had any malice on it whatsoever. From that point, he was in survival mode, and pretty much Tyson Fury went into apex predator mode and just started to devour his meal one bite at a time. He knocked him down with a body shot. He knocked him down. Deontay Wilder was starting to get to the point where his equilibrium was so bad, he was falling down, just trying to hold himself up. He was just back on the ground without even being touched. So I was already ready for the fight to be stopped. Before they threw the towel in, I knew that it was no coming back from that. I know Deontay Wilder has that one hitter quitter that can always save you, but it was pretty obvious that from that point on, he was just going to be taking on too much damage, and that right hand was not going to come into play, and he never had a plan B or a backup strategy where he could have any kind of defense to, carry him over a few rounds until he got his wits back. He strictly relied on his offense, and he strictly relied on his main power punch, and it didn't show up. So what we seen was a masterful performance from Tyson Fury, and it's just well deserved. You can't take anything away from that. All you can do is admire it and salute it, and let him enjoy his victory. You know what I'm saying? When somebody is that victorious, all you can do is allow them to enjoy their victory, and then you have to rebuild mentally, physically. You have to rebuild yourself in order to reestablish yourself and put yourself back together. If you ever want to be a competitor again, it's all about self. You know what I'm saying? No self-denial, no excuses, no ifs, ands, and buts. What you have to do is hardcore putting in work on reconstruction based on what you want to do with the rest of your life, period, point blank. So going forward, talking about forward, automatically the conversation is going to come up with undisputed, fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. And in this case, I can honestly say that I have no dog in the fight. So, I can just sit back. If they happen to let that fight manifest, I can sit back and watch that fight strictly as a fan with no emotion attached to it, and really be like, let the best man win. And we'll see if that comes into fruition. But I try not to look that far ahead. You know what I'm saying? I focus on the here and now. And here and now, we have the Gypsy King has risen to the top. And, all you can say is long live the king. You know what I'm saying? And for Deontay Wilder, I salute. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a type of person that jumps from this person to that person. I'm ride with you till the wheels fall off. I think Deontay Wilder, what he represents, what he stands for, is true and true and true through and through. So I'm gonna support that, and I'm gonna ride with that from day one to the day the wheels fall off, period, point blank. You cannot, you never, I don't know. To each is his own. People do things differently. But from how I do things, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to jump and be like, oh, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, Tyson Fury this, Tyson Fury that. No, not my style. I never had any disrespect for Tyson Fury. He has gained another level of respect from me from that performance. But that doesn't mean all of a sudden I'm going to be representing Tyson Fury as my guy. Tyson Fury is not my guy. You know what I'm saying? I respect him and I salute him, and I wish him nothing but success in the future. And let's see what happens with his future. I'm interested to see what he's going to be able to do in the future. But at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder, definitely still salute, definitely still riding with you, definitely still supporting. And I hope that if he decides to continue with his career, I hope he does things that still is admirable, respectful, and to be saluted. Remember, time is the most precious commodity that we have. It's the only commodity that once we lose it, we can't get back. So for what it's worth, take your time and click that subscribe button and become more valuable to me. Nocturnal Thoughts. I appreciate you. Salute. Peace.